Hello, I'm Sam Hollis from Sam Hollis Web Design. Today I'm going to do a video about editing images. This is just your simple crop, get your images ready to put in Facebook, put on a blog post, put in LinkedIn. This isn't for major advanced image editing, it's just if you want to make some tweaks, get it the right ratio, get it the right size to get your social media done, get your blog post done. So it's quick changes you can do just to get the image to look just right. Because if you put the wrong sort of image onto Facebook or onto your blog, it can crop it for you, it can look wrong, and that's not what you want. So there's a few different ways of doing it. I'm going to talk you through a couple of free image packages that are available for Macs, available for Windows, and any other system you happen to have. Okay, so the two packages we're going to look at today, as I say, both are completely free for you to use. One is Inkscape. That is for dealing with graphics mainly. You can see from the little image here, it's for dealing with graphics, and that can export you a PNG image. And then we've got GIMP here. This is another free program, and this is for dealing with photographs, that sort of images, and dealing with those. So we're going to go through both programs, and just if you've got a Facebook post you want to do, you've got a blog post you want to do, how you can get your image just how you want it, quickly and simply ready to put up there. So I'm going to start here with the GIMP program. Let's have a look. Here it is. So we can see the GIMP program here. I'm going to open a picture in there, file and open, the usual stuff, and then we're going to get a nice picture up here. Hopefully in a second. It's just thinking about that one, and then we're going to see what we can do with that image once it loads up, if it ever gets there. There's the image. There we go. So here's our image. A couple of things we might want to do. First of all, we're going to do a really simple crop. So I'm just going to, with the toolbar here, I'm going to click on the rectangle. I think I maybe want more of a portrait shot, so I'm going to make a shot like that. I can change its size if I want. Ooh, I've lost it now. Let's draw it again. I can change its size if I want by clicking in these rectangles. There we go. That's what I'd wanted. I then go to, in the top menu, I go to Image and Crop to Selection. Bang. There we go. Image cropped how I'd like it. If you go to File and Save, that will save you a GIMP image, which is no use to at all unless you want to come back and edit it some more. So great if you want to re-edit, otherwise useless. So then go to Export and export it to choose the file type you want, if you want a JPEG or whatever else. Okay, if you save it, GIMP files are useless for blogs, for Facebook, for everything else. Okay, I'm actually going to undo my crop because we're going to do something slightly different now. So let's think if we want to put this on a Facebook post. If we put this straight on, Facebook would crop it forward. It would do it automatically and could do it in a funny way that we don't like. So we could end up with just the foreground, maybe without the mountains in the background, and maybe that's not what we'd like. So if I look online, I can see the ideal size for a Facebook image is 940 pixels wide and 788 pixels down. So how are we going to do that? So the first thing is this image is probably too big. So let's see if we can shrink it down to the right size, and then we might need to sort the ratio as well. So that's how wide it is compared to how tall it is. So again, I go to Image, and I'm going to go to Scale Image this time. So Image in the menu and Scale Image. So I can see at the moment my image is 1920 wide by 1280 down, and that's way bigger than Facebook wants it. So if I've got the little thing linked here, if I change the width to 940, it will automatically change the height for me, and that makes this height 627. That's actually, the height's not enough there because I need 788 in the height. So let me change the height to 788. That gives me a width of 1182, which is wider than I want, so that's fine. So I've shrunk the height just how I want it. So if I click Scale, my image is now got just the right height for Facebook, but still actually it's too wide. So it's still not how we want it, so we need to now change it again. So I go back to Image, and this time I'm going to go to Canvas Size. So in Canvas Size here, you can see it at the moment it's 1182 by 788, and I want it 940 by 788. That's the ideal Facebook size. So I'm going to change the width to 940, and it stays by 788. If you can see at the bottom here, I've got a square that shows me the shape my image is going to be, or just about a square. And then I can move my image within that to see where I want to crop it to. So I'm going to just cut the sides out, put it in the middle, click on Resize, and there's my image. That's now the perfect size for Facebook. Okay, that's absolutely spot on. It will still get cropped because if you look at it on a phone, they're looking at a tablet, people are looking on a desktop. It'll all look slightly different, but that's the ideal. So now I go to File. I can save it if I might want to re-edit it, but otherwise I won't bother with that. I can go to Overwrite, and that will overwrite the original image, or I go to Export As. Choose where I want to save it. I'll save it just here. I'll call it FB for Facebook. And then the key is I choose here what type of image to export it as. So I'm going to do JPEG, and make sure your last 3 letters are JPG for JPEG. It doesn't always do that very well for you. And if I click Export, that will export the image for me. Job done. So that gives you a few options here about exactly how you export it. I'm going to cancel that for now. That gives you a few of the things you can do there in GIMP. There's all sorts of extra stuff. This is just the quick, easy things for if you want a post posted. So I'm going to look at Inkscape now. Similar sort of program. I'm going to put some graphics in. Instead of opening it, I'm actually going to import. It's actually easier then, I find, because I can move whatever I've imported, I can move around if I've imported it. While if I open it, it's just stuck in place. So I'm going to go to Import. I'm going to find something to import. Here we go. There. So I've got my logo there. I can click on it and move it about, which I couldn't do. It should open it as an image. So I've got my image there. So maybe the first thing I want to do is crop it. Maybe I just want the spider's web here without the writing. So nice and simple. I draw a square that crops it just to the right place. There we go. So now what I need to do is I need to have my square highlighted, and then if I hold down Shift, I also need my graphics highlighted as well. You see I've got both there, so both are now highlighted. I then go to Object, Clip, and Set, and now I've just got my logo. Okay, so I've just got my logo now, so that's quite useful. What I want to do now, I want to know if the background's transparent, because that's not very obvious. So to do that, I go to File, Document Properties, and then there's here where it says background at the bottom, you tick the checkerboard background option, and there we can see the background is checkerboarded. That means it's transparent, so the background of this logo isn't white. So let's think I want the background of this logo white, so I'm going to draw a white square. So on the back side here, here's the shapes. If I hold, I'm just going to draw in roughly, but if I hold down Shift and Control, I can make it square. And on the right hand side here has appeared the colour option, so I can change the colours now to make that white. It's a bit transparent, so I can at the bottom change the transparency, and it should be full white. That's slightly transparent at the moment. So we've got our white box, but we want to move it to the back because we can't actually see the logo. Oh, there we go. Let me move the transparency to full. That's better. So I can't see the logo. So at the top here there are 4 icons, and one of them is move to back. So now I've got the logo in the front and that in the back. I might want to add another shape to this, so maybe let me draw another box. And maybe I want this box the same colour as my logo. So how do I get that colour? It's really simple. I've got here a little thing called a dropper for picking up the colour, and if I click on the blue, I get blue. I could click on the black as well, or click on the white. It picks up the colour from wherever I like. So I've picked up the blue. Maybe I want to change this. If I click on it once, I can stretch it and change its shape. If I click on it again, I can rotate it. Maybe I want to pop that there, and maybe I want that behind. Let me see, let's make that a bit bigger. And rotate it a bit more. And maybe I want that behind my logo, so that moves it right to the back. Or I can move it up different levels, maybe to there. So I've got a shape I wanted. Okay, so a few different things we've seen there. Again, now how do we export this? Because the actual image we can see is quite big, this shape. We don't really want that. So to highlight what I've got, I'm going to export what I've got, I'm going to highlight it all first of all. So I'm just going to do a box around it. Didn't quite manage that one. Let's try again. So everything's now highlighted. And we can see here it says export PNG. If it doesn't say that, you can go to File and Export, and it will make sure it appears. So you can see, are you exporting the page, the drawing, the selection, or custom? And we're exporting the selection, so that means these things, which is perfect. It's chosen a width and height for us. We can adjust that, and we can adjust the pixels here, so we can adjust the quality of it too. You click here for export as, and you choose the name of your image, where it's going to go. That's fine. Clicking save here, though, counterintuitively doesn't save it. This is an easy mistake to make. I do it all the time. You then have to click export. Once you click export, it then exports it as a PNG file. Once you've done that, you can then use it wherever you like. Again, like with GIMP, if you go to File and Save, it will save it as an Inkscape file, which is great if you want to re-edit it, because you'll still have all these blocks separately to move around, which you won't have if you export it as a PNG, but it's useless in any other program. So it's often worth saving and exporting as a PNG. So then you've got it as a PNG, but if you come back and you need to make any more changes, you can do. What you can also do, if you've worked in Inkscape and you've got a PNG, but then the file is really big, you can then import it into GIMP and as a PNG and export it as a JPEG. That's a quick, easy thing to do. So I hope that has been helpful for you. I've taken you through some really basic things in GIMP and some really basic things in Inkscape, but things hopefully that'll be useful. So if you just want to quickly get a Facebook post out there, you want to quickly get a graphic for a LinkedIn post out there, you can do it fairly quickly and easily and freely with these two pieces of software.